About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? I want to say thank you to everybody who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Become part of the About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. All right, so let's get into this. Jaron Boots Ennis, 24 years old. He's 27 and 0, 25 KOs, one draw. He's scheduled to face Thomas Delorme. He's 31 years old. Delorme is 25, 16, 5 losses, one draw, I believe. He had a draw with Jesse Vargas. Delorme got, pretty good. He got some names on his resume. He fought Chop Chop. He fought DeMarcus Corley. He fought Jesse Vargas. I believe he had a draw with Jesse Vargas. He fought Ugas. Ugas beat him in a unanimous decision. Excuse me. He fought Kareem Mayfield. He fought Jamal James. So he got a few names, on his resume. Now, most of y'all might remember, some of y'all might not, but Jaron Ennis was scheduled to fight Delorme before. And this was, I believe it was December of 2019, I think. He was supposed to fight, or December of 2020. He was supposed to fight Thomas Delorme, but Delorme had got COVID and he had to back out of the fight, and that's when they got Chris Van Heerden. So the one draw that Jaron Ennis do have on his record is from his fight with Chris Van Heerden, which still, I think Jaron Ennis is the uncrowned IBO welterweight champ. He still should have walked away with that belt. Anybody who saw that fight, what little you saw of it, y'all knew that that fight wasn't going to go 5 rounds. And if that headbutt don't happen, Van Heerden gets stopped. He would have got stopped either the end of that round or in the beginning or midway through round 2. He would have gotten stopped. But nonetheless, Van Heerden was brought in to replace Thomas Delorme. All right, so October 30th, Jaron Ennis and Delorme are scheduled to fight. And honestly, I just think that, and this is no disrespect to Thomas Delorme, I just think that by them giving Jaron Ennis Delorme, I just think that this is just another slight towards trying to keep him away from a title shot that he deserves. And I mean, am I correct me if I'm wrong? Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave the comments, hit the notification bell, so y'all can stay up on the latest. But Jaron Ennis deserves a listen, his title shot is way past bedtime. Boots should have been had a title shot. You got other people whose records were not as good as his, and they had title shots already and even won titles. Some of them became world champions. And I'm not talking about weight classes. We just talking about fighters now. I'm just saying the records. Okay, and I know it all depends on who's in the division, and all divisions, are not all that good. And the welterweight division is one of the, one of the best divisions now, and it's one of the most flooded. But Jaron Ennis, make no mistake about it, should have a slice of that welterweight crown. Now he should have it already. And honestly, when Delorme, because he fought on the undercard of Jaron Ennis and Sergey Lipinets, and he fought the guy Stanianis. His name is Imantis. Don't is Emantis. That's it. Emantis Stanianis. It's a hard name. But If y'all saw the Jaron Ennis and Sergey Lipinets fights, Delorme was the co-main event. He looked horrible. He looked bad in that fight. And when I saw how Delorme performed in that fight, and this was in April now, 6 months ago. Now, when I saw how he performed in that fight, I said, there's no way they're going to let this guy fight Jaron Ennis now. Now, I thought that if Delorme would have looked good winning, even if the fight went the distance, because he lost unanimous decision, but I'm just saying, if he would have looked good winning or won the fight in dramatic fashion, then I felt like that would, that was going to be a setup for them to give Jaron Ennis another name. And when he was destroying these guys like, Serrano and Fernandez and Ayubov and Mamanti, and all these other guys, when he was destroying these guys, everybody just kept saying, oh, well, he ain't fighting nobody. He ain't fighting nobody. No. It wasn't that. That's just, he was making those guys look bad because that was a confirmation of the magnitude of his skill level. He's making them guys look like they didn't belong in there with him because he's supposed to be in there with the top guys. And those guys don't want to fight him. Keith Thurman pretended like he don't know him. Sean Porter already made it clear, like, Jaron Ennis, please don't call me out. Errol Spence said that at some point they might fight, but I doubt if that's going to happen. So, like I said, and it's sad, man, because it seems like the only way he's going to win the belt is by somebody vacating the belt. Somebody going to vacate a belt and and move up or something, or he may get the WBC continental or intercontinental, whatever, you know what I mean, because all these different belts and stuff they got. But in my opinion, he's the uncrowned IBO welterweight champion. And that's another question I got to the president of the IBO, Ed Levine. Is this fight going to be for the vacant IBO title that should be around Jaron Ennis's waist? And honestly, now when Delorme fought Terrence Crawford stopped him in the 6th round, TKO. I don't see this fight going 6 rounds. I think Jaron Ennis may destroy him even faster. So I mean, I would say like between maybe round 2 and 6, somewhere in there. 2 and 6, 2 and 8. But I do not see Delorme going the distance with Jaron Ennis. I think Boots is just going to dominate the entire fight. He's going to dominate. If y'all see the way that Delorme looked in his last fight, there's no way in the world he's going to be able to keep up with Boots in that ring. He's not going to be able to do it. Jaron Ennis is just too skilled. He's too fast. He's too strong. He's too sharp. And he's a gym rat. He stays in the gym. That's the thing. He stays in the gym. He don't take time off. If y'all, again, I always say this, if y'all look at his fights and he do his interviews and they asked him what's next, he say, I'm going to rest tomorrow and I'm right back in the gym on Monday. He stays in the gym constantly, working on ways to keep elevating his skill level. So that way when he get in the ring, he can always look that much more better. And that's what he strive for. That's what he always say. He always want to put on a good show. People didn't give him a chance against Sergey Lipinets. They didn't give him a chance. Nah, I ain't never been in there with nobody like Lipinets. I said, okay. I said, I'm telling y'all, he going to destroy this guy. And he destroyed Lipinets. And even when he was fighting them guys, Ayubov and Fernandez and these other guys, I was telling people then, like, y'all just didn't see it because of the names of the people he was fighting. Most people that probably didn't know of or didn't hear of, and they just felt like, oh, they just feeding them people. How many fighters do y'all know honestly that got almost 30 professional fights that has not already had a title shot or hasn't been a champion already? Good fighters now. I'm talking about fighters that's good, who's destined to be great. We're not talking about fighters who they just throw in there, to make other people look good. I'm talking about fighters that y'all can see. And you can't deny that Jaron Ennis' skill level is not that of the apex level. His skill level is up there with a Terrence Crawford, a Sean Porter, a Keith Thurman, a Errol Spence. It's up there. I told everybody after he fought Van Heerden, and that was only a little less than one round. Van Heerden told him after the fight that he hit stronger than Errol Spence and he was stronger than Errol Spence. And when I told everybody that, everybody called me a liar, told me stop capping, you don't know what you're talking about. He didn't say that. Then when the interviews came out, shout out to New Media, Champside, Blue Blood Sports, Aki TV, Boxing Ego, Dante's Boxing Nation, Fight Hype. When the interviews came out, yeah, then everybody was like, damn, Van Heerden did say it. I had no reason to lie about that. I told you I do my research. Just because I don't reveal, where I get my information from don't mean that it's not accurate. That's why you got to do your own research. You don't always have to agree. Research what I say. So, how do y'all see this fight going? So they're scheduled to fight October 30th. Jaron Ennis versus Thomas Delorme. So this is the second coming of this fight. It was supposed to happen before, it didn't. Now it's on again. I see Jaron Ennis. This fight is I see Boots is going to pitch a shutout. This fight is going to be a wipeout. He going to wipe Delorme out. I don't know how nobody else see it. But now because of his skill level, though, people say, oh, they put him in there with Delorme because they know he going to beat him. They know Boots going to beat him. But I say they put Delorme in there because they just keep trying to feeding people to try to distract him from that title shot that he should have already gotten. He deserves the title shot. And the WBA still won't rank him. The WBA still won't rank him. He ranked with everybody else except for the WBA. Why is that? When have you ever known a fighter to be that good with that kind of record and they not ranked with all the sanctioning bodies? And should be in the top 5 or 10. Me personally, I think Boots should be up there in the top 5. So what's going to happen after he beat Delorme? Who do y'all think is going to be the one to step up and give him the title shot? We already know it's not going to happen with Spence. And if it do, it ain't going to be no time soon. So Spence still healing up from that, from the eye injury that everybody said he was lying about, which was stupid. That was a legitimate eye injury, man. Like, that man could have lost the vision in that eye. So shout out to Errol Spence, man. We wish you a speedy recovery, dude. And hope that that you can get back in the ring and perform at that top level that you do your thing at. But what do y'all think is gonna happen? Do he get a title shot? Is Ugas gonna step up and fight him? Nope. Ugas gonna look for the next biggest fight. We know Crawford is not gonna fight him because he's fighting Sean Porter, and maybe, who knows? That's why that fight happened. So that way, again, that's another belt that Boots can't. What WBA, I meant the WBO. Who knows? Like, let's see, because Crawford got the WBO. So Ed Levine, what's up? You gonna put that vacant IBO belt up in this fight for Jaron so he can get this belt? Well, who do y'all think is finally gonna step up and give him his title shot? Or do y'all agree that when he do win a belt, it's going to be because somebody vacated and moved up, or they just vacated the belt because they didn't want to fight him? How do y'all see this thing playing out? How do y'all feel about him not having a title shot already? Come on, man. I know a lot of y'all gotta agree with this. He should have already had a title shot. He's not a nobody in the fight game, let alone in the welterweight division. He is one of the top guys in the welterweight division, belt or no belt. You cannot deny that Jaron Ennis is not one of the top guys in the welterweight division and in the fight game. Even Floyd Mayweather said that he feel like that Boots don't get his just due. People overlooking him. He's a joy to watch. He got all of the skills. He got the mindset, everything. He already performs like a champion. And he trains like he's been a champion since from day one. He trained like that, hard, just like that. No games, he don't play around. So what's the problem? Like, we know it's the politics and all that. But smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave those comments. I'm not saying if Jaron Ennis win. I'm saying when he beats Delorme. What round do y'all think he's going to stop Delorme in? How do y'all see this thing playing out? Are y'all, I mean, shouldn't Boots already have gotten a title shot or be a champion already? And I know the welterweight division is flooded. And I know Spence got 2 of the belts. Crawford got 1. Ugas got 1. Hard deal, right? Hard money. But what's going to happen when Jaron Ennis finally do snatch a few of those belts? And then everybody gunning for him. Then, you know, and then if he in a position where he can opt to fight who he want, you know what everybody going to be saying? Oh, well, why he ain't fighting this person? He should be fighting this person. He should be fighting that person. After you fight Ugas, then what they going to do? They're going to try to put him in there with Jamal James. And again, this is no disrespect or no insult to Ugas, Jamal James, Delorme, none of the other welterweights, except for that damn Keith Thurman. You keep running your mouth. You get in the ring and fight him. Let him put your name on his resume, but you ain't gonna do that. Talking about you don't really know who the kid is. You know who he is. You know who he is. There's no way Floyd know who Jaron Ennis is, and everybody else do, and you don't. Okay, you must be sleeping under a rock, shaking like a stripper, cause you scared to fight him. Who's gonna step up and give him that shot? Who do y'all see doing it? Or do y'all think he gonna get a belt by somebody vacating it? I think it's gonna be by vacation. Sad as it is, because he wants to prove that he not only belong amongst the elite, but that he can beat the best as well. He wants to prove that. What's happening to boxing now? With, you know, when you had guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, Iran Barkley, Thomas Hearns, it was about them guys fight. It was like, you know, you say you the best. No, I'm the best. All right, well then let's fight and prove it. It wasn't about all that other stuff. Boxing has become so polluted with politics that is stunting the growth of fighters, who's daring to be great. And Jaron Ennis is amongst that. Virgil Ortiz. I got a feeling Virgil Ortiz might get a belt in the welterweight division before Jaron Ennis do. I like Virgil Ortiz. I like Virgil. But I don't think he's as good as Jaron Ennis. I do believe he can beat a lot of I believe he can beat a Keith Thurman. I believe he can beat Keith Thurman. Of course, a Delorme, a Van Heerden, a Jamal James. I think Virgil Ortiz can beat those guys. But I just think because of the politics, I think he probably might get a belt before Boots do. And that's messed up if that happens. So let me know what y'all think, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Leave those comments, man. Jaron Ennis versus Thomas Delorme, October 30th. What y'all thoughts is?